me. You know me, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. You may not. Anyway, it has been a very long time since I have stood in front of this camera to blather on to you about something. And today I have something very special to talk to you about. And I bet that you probably think you know exactly what I'm going to talk about based on the title, the friend zone. But guess what? You're wrong. Okay, so we all know when I say the friend zone, we all assume that I'm talking about romance. And that would make sense given that I'm deep in the middle of writing an erotic thriller series that is chock full of romance. But that's not what this is about. Oh no. Oh no, mon ami. This is about something completely different. It goes out to everyone who is an artist or everyone who knows an artist, which means everyone. Because if you are not an artist and you don't know an artist, you're probably either lying or you don't know that you know an artist. It's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Everything's fine. Here, with me, it's all good. Let me ask you something. Of course, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Let me ask you something. Seriously. I really am going to ask you something. Have you ever had a friend come up to you and say, "Hey, you want to read my book?" Or, "Hey, you want to listen to my new music?" Or, "Hey, want to come and see my new play?" Or maybe, "Hey, want to watch the new movie I just made?" That might make you uncomfortable. And this is the friend zone that I'm talking about. I hear it all the time from every artist of every media that I know of. And I experience it myself, where it is next to impossible to get friends, and very often family, to experience my work. I have a theory about that, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Hopefully this will explain to a lot of people why this happens. Let's just say that you've written a book and you're very proud of it. It's a great book. It's a brilliant book. And you go up to your friend and you say, "Hey friend, will you read my book? You don't have to buy it. I'll give you a copy of it." And they say, "No. Why do they do that?" Here's my theory. I believe that friends don't want to read friends' books or listen to their music or whatever because they're afraid that if they don't like it, in the voicing of that opinion, it's going to change the friendship. Makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, if someone were to come to you, if you're a writer and someone were to come to you and say, "I did not like your book," it's going to hurt your feelings, probably. And in worst case scenario, it might change the way you feel about that person. It makes sense. And it also makes sense why some people would be hesitant to want to experience your art, because they don't want their opinion of you to change. They don't want to lose your friendship. So they just say no. Here's the deal. Now, I'm going to this is from my perspective, okay? And I don't know if this is from everybody else's perspective, but this is from my perspective. If I ever were to go to a friend and say, "Hey, would you read my book?" I don't do that. I don't do that as a rule. But if I were to do that, I would do that with zero expectation. In fact, I would say, "Here's my book. Read it if you want. Don't read it if you don't want. If you read it and you don't like it, you don't have to say anything. You don't even have to tell me that you've read it. Just here is a gift to you. I'm giving you this gift. This is a gift from my heart to you. Do with it what you will. I don't expect anything from them. I don't ever ask them if they've read the book. The only time I ever ask anyone if they've read the book is if I am waiting for beta reader feedback. That's it. That is it. I do not ask people if they've read my book. I won't do that because that puts them on the defensive. That puts them in an awkward position. Number one, if they haven't read the book, then they might feel like they have to explain why they haven't read the book. Number two, if they've read the book and they didn't like the book, then they're stuck in a corner and they're either going to have to lie to you to save your face or tell you the truth and hurt your feelings. It's a very complicated issue. And I think it goes even beyond the actual exchange of art. For example, recently I was part of a book release event on Facebook, and all of the authors invited, between all of the authors, they invited or posted, made hundreds of people aware, hundreds and hundreds of people aware of this event. I would say, based on the number of readers, that there were between 500 and 1,000 people made aware of this event. And the amount of people that actually showed up was a pittance. And I think that there are a couple of things going on. I think, again, it's the friend zone issue that happens, but also it's that idea that if I attend this event for my friend, if I don't interact, or if I don't have anything good to say, and I don't mean good as in good about their work, but if I don't have anything constructive or profound or witty or whatever to say, then I'm going to look bad and I'm going to make my friend look bad. In that instance, you just have to show up. Just be in the numbers. Just have to hit like sometimes, maybe. You don't have to participate. And that's the thing, I believe, is that people who are the friend of artists always are afraid of winding up in a state of obligation. That doesn't have to be the case. If a friend asks you to read their book, you are not obligated to read the book. But here's the thing, accept it. Be graceful and accept it. That doesn't mean you have to read it. That doesn't mean you have to share your opinion on it. And to those people that offer the work, don't ask them of their opinion. If they want to give it to you, let them. But don't put them on the defensive. Don't make them put you in the friend zone. Because bad things will happen. Friendships can dissolve. It really is that simple. No obligation. Either way. If you are a friend of an artist, you are not obligated to buy their book or their music or go to their plays or watch their movies. If you are a creator of art, you are not obligated to give it to them. And you should not put them in a state of obligation by giving it to them and expecting something in return. And if you do get something in return by way of feedback and it's not positive, be graceful about it. And every time you are graceful about it or gracious about it or whichever, you set a precedent that says, I welcome your feedback, be it good or bad. And if you get negative feedback from it, don't let it get in the way of your friendship. Negative feedback can be thought of as a way to learn and grow. It really is that simple. The friend zone, in a non-romantic way, doesn't need to happen. Now, in a romantic way, of course, there are situations where the friend zone certainly does have to happen. But in an artistic environment, in an artistic relationship, The friend zone doesn't need to happen, because we can all be adults. We can all be gracious. We can all accept those offers with no obligation. And we can make those offers, insisting and not insist any obligation upon the person that accepts it. I hope that makes sense to everybody. And I hope that helps people to understand. I hope it helps both ways. I hope it helps artists understand why their friends are hesitant to read or consume their work. And I hope that it helps those who are friends of artists understand that it's okay to, you might have to say, hey, I want to read your book. If it's not good, just don't say anything. If it's good, please do, because that's the gift that keeps on giving. But trust me when I tell you, if you, as a friend of an artist, approach that friend and ask them, can I read your book? Or tell them, I purchased your book on Amazon. Because I mean, what? $2.99? That is enough. That's enough. That will make their day. Now, artists, if your friend does that, do not expect anything from them. Do not sit around gnashing your teeth and wringing your hands and wondering, oh, what are they thinking of my book? Just let it go. Just be happy that they were kind enough to do what they did. So let all the tension ease away. Let all the obligation ease away. Just let it be a nice back and forth. Throw that friend zone out the door, and everything will be good. Thank you so much for giving me a moment of your life. I know how precious they are. I know my time is very precious. And I hope that maybe I've helped you, entertained you, educated you. I don't know, whatever. I hope I've helped you in some way. And if I do, subscribe to this channel. Tell people about it so other people can learn something. I'm not trying to make any money from this. I'm just trying to pass on some wisdom to people so that their artistic lives can be better. Anyway, I realize it's the holidays right now, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful, peaceful time, and that you are able to connect with friends and family and just enjoy one another. Have a wonderful day.